To the latest episode of the NFL Draft Geek Film Room. I am Brian Johannes, and today we're taking a look at Florida State running back Jacques Patrick, senior running back, 6'3", 234 pounds. If you haven't been around for these, what I'm liking to do, especially this summer series, is just kind of give you a feel for what type of player that we're looking at. In this case, what type of player is Jacques Patrick, and just so you can get a feel for him as the upcoming season. And then we'll continue to do these throughout the season and more finalized as we get close to the 2019 NFL Draft. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get started. And at 6'3", 234 pounds, Jacques Patrick is a big back. Big back. Not like, hey, he's short and big and a bowling ball type guy. He's a big back. And usually when you get these guys, you think of power runners. But Patrick is a little bit different. And on this first play that I'm going to show you, he's going to go on a run to his right. And the thing that I like about this is he's able to show a quick cut. He can get that foot down and get upfield fast and utilize that power. So as we see here, he's going to run to his right. It makes that quick cut. We see right there. Puts his foot down. He's getting upfield. Not the best pocket. Florida State doesn't have the best offensive line. But there's a little seam right here. So he's able to exploit that with his quickness to an extent. I mean, like I said, not the best offensive line. A lot of defenders there. There wasn't a whole lot of place to go. Sure, he may have been able to kick it out here, but we'll see in a little bit. That's not his game. But he gets contact right here. Contact in the hole. But because of his size, because of his power, he's able to continue to keep his feet moving. And he ends up getting a couple extra yards out of this play. So the fact that he's got that quick move, he's got that power, he can push the pocket and continue to get yardage after the play. All right, the next clip that I'm going to look at, kind of the same thing. But what I like here is it shows his vision. He's going to run to his left here. He's going to see that the hole's going to close. So as we see this play, you see, the hole's right there. But he sees these linebackers. They're all moving to their right to that hole. So what he does is he sees this, puts a foot down, and he's able to go back inside, through exploiting that hole. And then what I like here, and this is a big thing for him, is he's tough to tackle in space. Now, he's not as powerful as I'd like him, lowering his shoulder. We'll see that in a little bit. But because of his size, because of his, just power that he generates moving downfield, he's tough to tackle. This guy tries to get him at the legs. He's able to kind of get through that and get a few extra yards. So if we look at that again, sees these guys coming, cuts it back upfield, and ends up getting a big gain down to the goal line. All right. One more positive clip here. Now this one, as we see here, he just hits that hole once again. It's a lot like the clips that I just showed you, just showing the ability to hit that hole hard, get downfield, generate power, drag a couple guys. He's always going down, falling down because of his size. Tough to tackle, that power. He's always falling forward, just generates that power. You think of a big guy like him, you think of a power scheme, run power in between the tackles. And I'm not saying don't run him in between the tackles, but he's more of a zone runner. He's not a guy that's going to stop and start and accelerate in that. You want him moving downfield as soon as possible. Similar to a Royce Freeman, similar to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, when he came out of Alabama, was a freak at his size and speed, but he was more of a zone guy. You didn't want him, stopping and starting as much. You wanted to get him downhill as fast as possible. Jacques Patrick is the same way. Now, a couple concerns I do have on him. Is he's not a good outside runner. As we see here, and it was evident several times in this game, they get him on the edge, and he just lacks that top end speed. I mean, he just doesn't get anywhere. There's 4 defenders around him. He's got to be, he's not a lateral runner. Those outside zones, not going to be a great fit for him. Get him going downhill as soon as possible. Okay. Another example of this, okay, of his power, I'd like him to show more. He's powerful in the fact that he gets that momentum going and it's tough to tackle him. But there's times that he, at 6'3", 234 pounds, lower your shoulder. He doesn't run with good pad level. And in this case, he meets a defender in the hole. Okay? Basically, all these guys are blocked. It's him and this defender and nobody else. He has the chance to get a big chunk gain right here. So lower your shoulder, run over this guy, whatever it may be. He ends up cutting it upfield and not taking on that hit. Okay? Easy for me to say sitting here behind the computer, but I'd like to see him run with a little bit more power. Now, he doesn't have to do that every time and don't have to do it against defensive linemen and linebackers, but when you get there on the edge against a defensive back, make him pay. Make him not want to come up and tackle you. And that was early on in the game. So I like Jacques Patrick's. I think he, in the right scheme, put him in that 3-4 scheme, I think he has a chance to be a starter in this league. With Willie Taggart coming in as Florida State's new head coach, they're going to run more spread principles, and I think that's really going to benefit him. Royce Freeman, when he played in the spread, was a similar type back, a little bit shorter, but he was a guy that, you get him out in space, he's tough to tackle one-on-one. And Jacques Patrick's is the same type of way. He's going to get a lot of running lanes. You get him on linebackers in space. You get him on defensive backs in space. It's going to be tough to tackle, and I think he could be poised for a big season in 2018, and I think that kind of propels him into that kind of that third, fourth round range. You get him with the right team. He may slip a little bit because he's maybe team and scheme specific, but I think he's got starter upside, and at the minimum, I think he's going to be part of a backfield that kind of rotates their backs. So he can catch the ball out of the backfield. I wouldn't say he's a great receiver, but I think he can make catches. He's not a liability there. Dump offs and screens and that. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want more of these, subscribe here on YouTube to the channel. Plenty more content coming out as the college football season rolls on, as the draft gets closer and closer. So make sure, if you're not already, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at draft_Brian. Follow at NFL Draft Geek on Twitter, and hit up NFLDraftGeek.com for all your draft needs. 24/7 NFL draft coverage. Everything we do, college football, NFL, has that draft twist to it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit me up with any feedback. Till next time.